On this episode of Out of the Box Gaming, we talk to Twitch streamer Pairofdice. He shares his streaming story with us, and we learn about how gaming has changed his life. So power up your favorite console, press play, and enjoy gaming with us. What's up, gamers? Welcome to Out of the Box Gaming. I am your host, Nick Picard, and this is Lindsay, and we are joined by a man who always puts his shopping cart back, Will Kinsey.
I do that.
Yeah, because, you know, we hate it when people don't put their shopping carts back. Because it's annoying.
Right?
Yeah, don't be lazy, people. Come on. If you are joining us for the first time or for the 35th time, we want to welcome you. We are a gaming podcast where we talk about all types of games, like video games, board games, card games, etc. And you may ask, why are you going to talk about games? Well, because we want to, and we think we have something to say that you may want to hear.
That's right, everyone. We want to share our love of games with you and, maybe even introduce you to something new.
If you want to catch us live, you can do that by going over to twitch.tv/AceKingKing on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
Also, join our Discord. We want to hear from you, and so you guys feel free to drop topic ideas and discussion questions that you'd love for us to talk about. This can be done by going on over to our Discord and then dropping your topic ideas and discussion questions in the topic ideas and discussion questions text channel.
Yeah. And before Lindsay gives us our trivia question for the day, we want to introduce our special guest to you. According to him, he streams mediocre gameplay on Twitch. He likes to have lots of laughs, maybe some raging, and a few crazy moments here and there. Please welcome the real Pairofdice.
Hi.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, supposedly there's another Pairofdice out there, but he's the real one. So
I have a funny story about that one.
I mean, do you want to tell the story now, or wait until we get started?
Quick story. He had like 150 followers when I had 20. He actually popped over to mine. He's like, "You're the imposter, Pairofdice," and I'm like, okay, sure. Now I have 300 something, and he has 160. So just saying.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been doing anything in a while. So.
Right, I think 4 months since he's been last. So I'm gonna try to. I'm thinking about taking the name if Twitch lets me.
All right, now I think Lindsay is ready with our trivia question for the episode.
Yeah, I got it.
So Lindsay, what do you have? What do you have for us today?
I did not panic to find this one. Okay, my question for today is: what classic video game was named because the creator misunderstood a translation? Like a language translation. He misunderstood it. He thought it meant something else. It doesn't, but which game was named because of that?
I have no idea.
I have a guess, but I have no idea.
I have a guess from a specific pop culture reference that I know will be appreciated, but it might not be correct.
Okay.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a great question that you have for us today, Lindsay. If you guys at home want to think about that, we'll come back to it at the end of the episode and hear our answers and then hear the correct answer.
Yeah. So yeah, we have another special guest with us this week, Pairofdice. So like we said before, we're trying to get, more guests on here because we want to hear their story, more about them, get their voice out there. Maybe if some of y'all have never heard of these people, like, go and check them out. So yeah, and Pairofdice is one that we all actually know personally. We went to the same college, so it was really cool that we were able to get him on here to do this. So yeah, we're just gonna do like a little interview, just talk to him, get to know him more. So I hope y'all are ready. So Pairofdice, is there anywhere that you would like to start?
Well, first off, I want to say I've known these amazing people here for like 10 years coming up here.
Has it really been that long?
It's been 10 years, almost.
Wow.
Like, I was like August, around that area when we met, when the school year started. Of this year will be like 10 years. So
We
It's been
actually briefly went to youth group together at Welcome for like a couple weeks or months,
oh,
like
I
a
remember
long
that.
time
So we
ago.
know each other for phew, 12 years? I
Yeah, I
think
think so.
I'm sorry, I didn't remember that.
It
How
was a
dare
wild
you?
time for all of us.
High school was such a long time ago, so, uh, yeah. Okay. No one wants to remember high school.
He's thinking about the people he dated back then.
Yeah, actually.
That's how we met.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad they don't watch Twitch
Right.
or
Or maybe they do.
We'll see.
Maybe they
We got the
do.
deep cuts on this show. We got the
Maybe
deep
maybe
cuts.
maybe they're always lurking. Just always lurking.
Oh, that'd be creepy. Anyway, so yeah, I've known these amazing flows here for 10 years. They're really incredible. I just want to say, like, honestly, like, you guys inspire me and everything. Like, I see you guys on Facebook and on here and everything, and you guys really inspire me to do what I want to do. So I just want to start out by saying that um, it's a really, truly an honor to be here. Like,
Well,
Dude,
honestly.
thank you
it's
so
an
much.
honor to have you.
Yeah.
So yeah, are we gonna start out with the streaming story?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Go for it.
So, so I have to do like a shameless plug here. Flying Bison Official.
course.
He's the one who helped me start. I've always seen streamers, and I've always like, oh, that'd be really cool to stream. Make money off of it, of something I'm already doing anyway. Um, but I thought I wasn't good enough for it. Back in college, I had somebody, his name's John. He told me, he's like, yeah, I think you really would do great doing gaming videos and stuff like that. I'm like, no. It was back, now that was back, what, 2014, I think, 2013, 14, when he said that. And I was like, no. I don't think I could do that. I couldn't get in front of a camera. I couldn't play games in front of people. I feel like I would just be kind of awkward, which I still am. That never changed. But he's the one who kind of like encouraged me years ago. He probably doesn't even know he encouraged me years ago at this point. And then I went to Flying Bison, and I'm like, hey man, so I've thought about Twitch streaming. And he's like, dude, me too. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, okay, but I'd have to like get all this stuff set up. He's like, we can do this. We got this. I know you can do it. And then I believe I can do it as well. And that same day we went out and grabbed stuff. It was a spontaneous decision. Well, I told my wife, and she was like, yes, go ahead. Sounds like something you want to do, and you might as well make money off something you're going to be playing all day anyway. So she really is encouraging about everything. But so we went out, got all the stuff. We had a little corner set up for my gaming, and it was nice. Needed to be upgraded to something better in the background. But yeah, that's how I started streaming. And I started out with maybe 10 people I knew following me, and then getting followers from there. So
whenever you first thought about it, I know you said it was like that person back in college.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you really thought about actually starting, what was it that made you decide, you know what, hey, I am going to do this?
What was a switch?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I was at my other job in the morning, and I don't know, something was just like really pushing me to want to stream. I don't know what it was, but someone was like, I really want to get out there and make a community and have. I'll get more into that a little bit later, but
Okay.
make me want a community, want a group to hang out with, rather than going home playing some video games, hanging out with the wife, which is great, and then going to bed.
Mhm.
Video gaming seemed pointless in a way. It had meaning, it was fun and everything, but it didn't I don't know. It was just something I did personally, and I felt kind of lazy doing it, kind of thing. So yeah.
Okay.
So the push was, I don't know, my thought process that morning. Random, you know how you contemplate everything when you wake up in the morning or in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You contemplate life. It was one of those things. I contemplated streaming. So, uh, so yeah, that was the push. And then Flying Bison gave me that extra shove to go. So, yeah,
we really appreciate that, Flying Bison.
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely.
Was there a specific game that you had in mind that you're like, this is going to be the first game that I'm actually going to, get into, see who I was going to come and watch and like share my knowledge, any of that?
Well, my thought process is with that. I have an Xbox One, I had a PlayStation 4, and I had a half screen laptop. You can see that in like a previous video I did. I was, and I downloaded Streamlabs on a half screen laptop. So what we did is we had a little extra TV. So I HDMI'd the laptop to the TV,
Mm-hmm.
and so I could see the full screen. And so I'm like, what can this laptop run? What do I like this laptop can run? And the first thing came to mind, Pokemon randomizers, or Pokemon, and then I thought randomizers to make it more interesting. And then Legend of Zelda, I could obviously do that because they ran on things not as good as the laptop. Even though the laptop was crappy, it ran on older generation stuff. So I'm like, I couldn't stream that. So Legend of Zelda, obviously, and and Pokemon. So those are the two things I knew I really wanted to get into. Plus, they have really good fan bases, and I could be nerdy with them as well. So, yeah, that was the games.
I mean, I have more questions about Legend of Zelda, like mods, and then the Pokemon randomizers, but I mean,
We'll get into that.
yeah, we'll get to that later. So I guess like we can move on to the big question.
Mhm.
It was one that I guess we're going to ask like each of our guests. I mean, we did it last week. But it's, how has gaming changed your life? It's a very deep question, like a lot to think about, but I feel like it's the most important question that I can ask like each guest that we would have.
Yeah, it's a loaded question for me for sure, and it goes into a bit of my like personal story, which I don't mind sharing, as long as that's okay with you guys.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right.
Go for it.
So, growing up, I grew up in a home that was it was not a great home. My dad, he grew and sell drugs. Um, there's like a certain name for the place that I lived. It was they like rearranged a word to have like meth in it, kind of thing. Like that, it was a huge thing in the city that I grew up in, and so that's he was doing that, and then also abusing my mom at the same time. So I know this is like going deep really fast, but this was when I was 5 to around 8 years old. And they also installed a lock on the outside of the door. It's not the inside, the outside of the door. So during probably about 4 to 8 hours of the day, they would lock the outside of the door. And so I would be stuck in a room for that long. So I needed something to do. As a kid, I couldn't just sit still. No kid wants to sit still. So I needed something to do. I got tired of the Hot Wheels that I was playing with. So I'm like, what can I do? I found in the closet a Nintendo GameCube. So I know I didn't play the N64, NES. I know I didn't really start with that. I started with the GameCube. And the first game that I ever booted up for the GameCube was Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. So I play that game a lot on stream. It has a deep, deep connection in my life. I only ever played it to where you get to the castle, and then I could never figure out what to do next. But I played that so many times that I could do it without looking. So gaming for me, I mean, obviously things changed. I wouldn't live with my grandparents for a bit, just to let you guys know, like a little bit of the story, so you're not worried about me or anything. I went and lived with my grandparents. They got better. We're not in contact with them now, my parents, but things have worked out for the better in the future. But gaming through my life has been a consistent. I may have moved houses. I may have moved different, like to different schools, to different places, went to friends' houses, things like that. But gaming has been a consistent for my life. People like gaming cannot change your life. It's just, you're lazy. It's just an addiction. No, it actually helped me get through my life. If I didn't have gaming, I think I probably would have died, to be honest. Like, not in a weird kind of way, but like I would have been lonely. I would have been sad. I would have not had pleasant thoughts, I'm sure. It really helped me immerse myself in a different world, where I actually could see what a relationship looked like in the game, even though it might not be perfect. I played other games and Legend of Zelda, but it set an example for me that the world isn't meant to be the way I lived. It's meant to be different. So gaming has changed my life a lot. I play it now for fun, but I have those roots of it helped me get through my life. It helped me get through the hard times. It helped me get through the times where I didn't feel like I had anybody. I moved elementary school, but I was 10, I think, whenever like cops showed up and I had to move to my grandparents' house. And I moved from my elementary school in a different city to a school in a different city, in a middle school. So I started middle school with no friends. There was one person I knew, but they're like, I don't want anything to do with him. He has buck teeth. I wasn't that good looking.
You're looking pretty sharp right now, man.
Thank you. And so it's really helped me because, games never judge you. I mean, unless you suck. I mean, they just won't let you live, but but yeah, so yeah, that's how gaming changed my life. It's changed my life more than you would actually imagine, and people would be like, okay, and I feel like it could be looked at as like an unhealthy thing, as how much it's changed my life. But there's a healthy line.
Mm-hmm.
I know video games aren't real life. I know they're not real life. I know that I need to go out and do stuff, but they were a nice comfort to come back to. They, as terrible as this sounds, I knew they would be there more than my parents would be there, which was awful.
Dang.
But yeah, I know hard, but my life wasn't the easiest growing up. I had several good parts of my childhood. I did, but I had a pretty rough start. And yeah. Sorry to go deep with you there, but
yeah.
No.
I mean, we've known each other, what you said, almost 10 years now. I never knew any of that.
Yeah,
None of that.
I mean,
So,
I don't share too much of that, and I don't know. I'm gonna throw a trigger warning out there. My life was so bad, elementary school. This literally a trigger warning. Please do not click off or anything for this. My dad actually held a gun up to my face in a corner, and he said, "If you keep crying, I'm going to shoot." Let's just say I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to interact with them, and that really, honestly, helped me. Even the FPS, first person shooter games.
mm-hmm.
I couldn't even look at those and see why people played those games. For the longest time, I'm like, why would you want to play this game? I can play it now. I play Apex and stuff all the time, but at the time, I could not because I was so traumatized from that. And these adventure games where I could go out of a freaking room, essentially,
Mm-hmm.
helped out. So, made me feel like I could see the world without seeing the world. So, yeah. Everything's good now. I want to put a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Everything's good now. I am happily married. We're streaming. We're having a good time. Everything's good now. But I want to let you know, if you need to talk or anything, I'm sure Ace King, I'm sure Lindsay, I'm sure Will here. I'm sure they would love to talk to you as well. Like if you have any problems going on, of course my door is open as well. We all understand tough experiences. I want to put that out there just to give a little bit of like a breath of fresh air, because no one should go through what I went through. No one.
Yeah.
And you have resources out there. I want to put that out there. So sorry if I don't know if that was okay, but I just wanted to put that
I
out there.
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I do want to ask, like, as you grow up, I know you talked about Ocarina of Time. Was there any other games that you just kind of turned to and would play, or was it just okay?
It was
What
Nintendo games.
just Nintendo games?
Nintendo games. Super Smash Brothers, Legend of Zelda, like literally anything with Link or Smash characters in it, I turned to. Fire Emblem, like literally, I was a Nintendo kid. I played a little bit of PlayStation 2, Xbox, but nothing crazy. It was mostly Nintendo. So
I mean, back in the day, it's hard to beat, Nintendo, like basically.
right.
So
No, Nintendo, they're still great, but I just don't feel like there's as many games that are coming out as there used to be.
yeah,
So
I mean,
yeah.
all their games they put out are still really good, but it's
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like it's a lack of time for games right now, anyway. Because of the pandemic and everything. So
Yeah. A lot of these games that we're like seeing definitely going to probably get pushed back. So, but yeah, man, that was like crazy, like backstory.
Yeah,
Like
I told you earlier.
Imagine.
Go deep.
I can't even imagine like going through something like that. Gosh. So I mean, we can like switch on to another topic. So yeah, you do a lot of like. Oh wait, did you say how long you've been actually streaming?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
So I think it was the end of August, the beginning of September. I believe is when I started. So was that 6 months ago? At most 5 months ago, something like that. So yeah, last year.
So from whenever you started, what has been your like focus on your stream? Okay. Like, did you have a goal before going into it? Has your goal changed throughout it? Like, just what's been your focus?
Yeah. So my focus on it at the beginning is, at first I was just playing games with friends. I'm like, hey, if friends come in and watch me, that's cool. I was like, whatever. If I ever make money from it, sweet. And then I found out about like affiliates, and like I learned more as I was streaming. And I decided like probably really close to affiliate. And when I had, one person coming in and talk to me every day, like not a lot, but I had one person stop in at least. I really realized that because of my backstory, that I wanted to make this community a place to be. Because I think you have to be 13 plus to get on Twitch. Anyway,
I think
so. I didn't want to make it 18 plus at the time, because there are kids that go through some rough times. I didn't have a family. I didn't have that growing up. I did technically, but I didn't. I wanted there a place to be where you could come in, be yourself, have a place where you belong. I remember in college, we all went to the same college. It was a place to belong. It was literally a place to be. You could go around. It was a small college. You could go around and you knew everybody, and you could have a deep conversation with 95% of those people, and they would sit down and talk with you. It was a place to belong. I wanted that for my Twitch. I wanted that for my Discord. I have a whole place in my Discord. I think you guys do as well. It's called Safe Space, where people can go in there and talk about their struggles. I have my story in there. I have more deep of my story in there. It's literally, I wanted a place for people to come together and have fun together playing games, but also could be real with their emotions. I'm bad about that in real life, but I feel like it's so much easier to type out your emotions. and
Mhm.
vent about something over text, because you don't have to be in front of that person. And I know for me, if I was able to text out my problems, I would have been fine, or I'd be more fine. Um, like, I just want a place to. I want there to be a place to be for this. So I try to make everybody feel welcome. If I have to be the butt of a joke, I will happily be the butt of a joke for somebody to, for somebody to laugh, for somebody to have a good time. I would totally be the butt of a joke. But I really want that my stream to be a place to be, somewhere where they can come in and feel like they have a family, they have somebody to talk to, somebody they recognize, and somebody that can just know what's going on, and a community that supports one another.
Yeah.
Every single time I'm streaming, I may miss it once or twice, but I always say, please go follow everybody else. Please support everybody else. I don't want Twitch to be this competition. I struggle with this to this day still. I don't want Twitch to be a competition. I want it to be a community. Like, I know Kozo, I know he was your person last week.
Mhm.
I heard it from him. He's like, I don't want this place to be a competition. I want it to be a community, but I'm just the host. And I think that's so inspiring.
Oh yeah.
So inspiring. So yeah, that's what my focus on streaming is: helping other people while also being, a place where you can laugh. That it's not always serious. Obviously, I laugh
Yeah.
more in my streams. So much so, my wife from the other room, she's like, "Shut up!" No. So, but yeah, that's my focus. That's what I thrive for. So,
um, I'm just trying to think of questions. I mean, Lindsay or Will, if y'all have like any questions to ask, I'm just trying to think as we're going.
and you can ask about my personal life as well, like, how
What's
I
your
got to.
social security number?
All right,
I'm
so
kidding.
it's what? That's it.
Dang.
Oh.
So sorry, I'm just trying to think. I'm thinking
I'm
out
sorry,
loud.
I've thrown you guys like into the deep end of my life. I tried to give
No.
a disclaimer before we started, but
No, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, okay. So you've been wanting to, just like build the community, have a safe space, like where everyone comes. Like, have you found? Have you been able to like reach out to some people?
yes,
Like just
hmm
okay.
for sure.
Like,
So
so you've seen like progress and and it makes you like feel good that you're able to like help others.
yeah, I can give a couple examples here.
Okay.
So, a couple of my moderators have been through some hard times. One's actually a mental health counselor, which is really cool. And then one of them, they told me their story of like a huge thing that happened in their life, and I got to just know more of their life. They're around our age, I got to know more of their life and actually be friends with them. They don't live anywhere near me, but I get to be there for them. We get to have a really good time playing video games. So we also know like the backstory of what's going on in their life and make a genuine friendship out of it. Um, and then my mod, that's a mental health counselor. I don't want to call him out because I mean he has it on his channel,
Mhm.
but I don't want people to like go to him because that's not his job when he's on Twitch.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
is not his job.
Right.
He can give some advice out, but he doesn't give specific advice to your situation. That's not his job on Twitch. In fact, he could probably get in trouble for it.
Oh,
So,
man.
yeah, because something happens. Anyway, so he's helped me through a lot of this as well. Not mental health wise or anything like that, but he's given me resources and everything about how I can improve my life and how I can do that there. And in my safe space, my wife is amazing. She DMs people in there. She has the counseling experience that I do not have. I'm terrible with advice because I don't know how to give it because I didn't see it. I didn't go to school for it either. And she's really good. She DMs them. She talks to them. I've had a couple of people, and they're most likely under 18, and she gets to hang out with those teens, and like really impact their lives, and it's meant a lot. And I've seen just so much transformation happen through that as well. So if my channel has helped one person, I'm okay. If somehow Twitch got shut down tomorrow and I help one person, I'm okay. My mental state will be okay. It suck to have Twitch shut down,
Yeah.
but I at least help somebody out,
Yeah.
So yeah,
So,
those are some examples.
so with like all that being said, like this next question, I
Sure.
mean, I guess you kind of talked about it some with that. Is what makes you keep going? Like whenever you're streaming.
So yes, just yesterday, actually, I had like a breakdown after stream. Like I'm like, man, I just really want to impact these people. I want them to come to my channel, things like that, and hang out. Um, what makes me keep going is the literally one or two people that come and chat, and there's like, hey, what's up? Even if they don't stay around, they're like, hey, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
Being able to interact with people makes me want to keep going. There's some days where you don't talk to somebody for 2 hours, 3 hours. You might not even have anybody in your stream. Um, you do have to build up. It's not overnight. You're 500 followers. Overnight, you're
Yeah.
2,000 followers. It's hard work. Some people it comes naturally to them, but a lot of that comes like networking. But I don't want to go into that.
Yeah.
And so just being able to interact with other people. I see the same at least 3 people come in my chat like every time I stream, and they're mega supporters, and they're that makes me keep going. Flying Bison also encourages me. You encourage me. More people encourage me than they think. I off stream I played with some of my community. We have a whole like Arc server. I'm thinking about making a community Minecraft server just for people. Um, I have made friends.
Mm-hmm.
I've made genuine friends from this.
Yeah.
And in a pandemic, and as an adult, that's hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And when they're combined, it's harder. Um, so I've made genuine friends from this. So that's what's made me keep going, to see what friendships develop, what friendships will turn into a lifelong friendship. Um, when we would meet up with some of these people and actually get to hang out with these people, like that's really fun. I live really close to Disney World. I'm like, let's all meet at Disney World, community. Let's go.
Yeah.
I would love to do that,
Yeah.
but literally the community, the friends, the viewers, everybody that I met makes me keep going. So yeah, I'm happy about it.
Yeah, and I know from last week, whenever we talked with Kozo, it's just crazy to think about of just doing something like this. That even if you get people to come in and watch, like you don't know where they're from, and you get to know
Right.
them, and you become
Right.
friends with them, and like turns out that like hey, they live in like Sweden or Norway, something like that. It's just crazy, like people that you never thought you would actually meet you can meet like on this platform.
Or like
Like I've
30 minutes down the road.
Oh yeah, 30.
Like in our
Yeah, like we
case.
we have. I'm not going to say the name, but it was someone from a community that I've been really involved in. We mentioned something, and turns out that he lives 30 minutes away from us.
That's
And
great.
yeah, never really realized how small the community is, like on Twitch, because I will see someone is like, "Oh, hey, you're in this channel." It's like, that's really crazy. So it's just
Right.
really cool that we have this platform that we can actually get together. Like, yeah, gaming, that like we would use gaming before, like you can go into like Call of Duty lobbies or something, you would talk to people, but most time it's like like toxic people where they're just kind of like insulting you. But here, like people can come and they can just talk with you freely, and you get to know them and like become friends, and they just live like on the other side of the world.
Right.
So
I love it.
yeah, um, it still baffles my mind that can happen.
I absolutely love this this platform and how open you can be about it. I obviously have your boundaries and everything. Be
Mhm.
safe.
Yeah.
Meet in a public place. If you ever meet anybody on this platform, live close. Meet in a public place first.
Yes.
Get to know them. Have somebody with you at all times. Um, please be safe out there. But these people are really great. 99% of the time, you're going to meet an amazing person. But there are weirdos online.
Oh, absolutely.
So just be safe, but you can literally build friendships off this if you guys live close. You totally can, and it might make it easier. So, yeah, just disclaimer for all that.
Yeah. Oh man, I thought of a question and I lost it. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, what was it? Oh, I don't know.
There was a plane flying by and I didn't want to talk. You mentioned earlier that your wife has been helping out a lot with your Discord. And I know Lindsay's the MVP of Out of the Box Gaming, let's be real.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
like gaming and family life, how does that go together for you?
So yeah, so at first, my wife's like, "Why do you play games a lot? Why do you dive into that world?" 'Cause she played games, she played Pokemon games growing up, like most people do. But she's like, "Why do you like being in the video game world?" I'm like, she's like, "Is it to escape life? Is it to like go into a different world, things like that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a sense of achievement for me. When I get a certain, to a certain part in the game, it's like a sense of achievement. Especially like COVID times, that's great to have.
Yeah.
Um, um, but it was a sense of achievement to get there, and then I'm like, you know what, you're right. It's not as satisfying. I really want to only get on here to play with friends, with Rocket League, I like playing cooperative games, getting into Xbox party chat and hanging out. I really found that was my enjoyment. And so, um, because of her, that's what also shout out to her. She really helped me get that. So something cool that she's done, she's actually made the emotes that are in my channel. She made that. Um,
Oh snap!
so yeah, she
Nice.
made all those emotes. That's all her. I gave her I gave her what I wanted.
Mhm.
But she made it real. She changed it to make it real. So she's helped me out in that sense. She's been in some of my streams. She had a stream where she was in here playing a horror game the whole time. Um, and she super supports me. It's really I'm not sure if it's really hard to balance a lot of that as well. When you want to be
Indeed.
out there for the community, but you
Mhm.
need that time to just cut it off and just hang out with your family. So especially if you have another full time job on top of it. So I have a full time job. I stream 4 days of the week, and then I really got to hang out, and I got to hang out with the wife. It's hard to balance my time, to be honest.
Right.
And so she's been a mega supporter. I just want to say she's awesome. My wife's name is Victoria. I don't mind saying that. She is awesome. Seriously, Victoria, you're amazing. I love you. So um, family time it's been tough, but we're learning to adapt with this new schedule kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, so earlier the question that I forgot, it was dealing with Discord actually. I don't know if it was really a question, more of a statement um that it's just so nice that we can take our community and just put it into Discord as well,
Mhm.
where we can
Yes.
go and just chat outside of just the stream because um I mean really no one's going to be streaming 24/7 and they
Yeah.
still may want to like talk with the people. So they'll want to go in there and be able to chat. So
Mm.
And not just the chatting, but sharing pictures. Here's a picture of my cat,
yeah.
or here's a
Mhm.
link of a song that I really like, or an artist that's awesome. Sharing those other things that you can't share in Twitch
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
really cool.
Um and then like even from building the community like on Twitch, you can do like sub gaming days or something like that. Like you can play games with them, but you may not always want to do that like on stream where like maybe you just want to like go and play a game with other people. Maybe you want to like get in the Discord, have like a music bot playing and like listen to music, just having a good time. You can't do that like on Twitch because the music reasons and all that. But I mean, it's just amazing of where we have came from, like growing up, of what we had to what we can have now, and especially during this pandemic of like we could be like hang out with anybody in the world.
Right.
So,
absolutely incredible.
Yeah. So just quick, plug people join Discord.
Yeah.
Join all the Discord. So
all the Discords.
Yeah. Do y'all have any other questions before I like move on to another one?
This has been super awesome. I just want to say that like this has been like so like heartfelt and awesome. Like I just wanted to like point that out.
We like to get we like the deep cuts.
Yeah. So now this can kind of go back to like what we were talking about in the beginning, where you were talking about Legend of Zelda, like randomizer, or that was with Pokemon, like different mods and then Pokemon. Just like, what are some of your favorite games that you like to play?
So the favorite games that I like to play. So I play a lot of them off stream because I like playing them more, and I don't want you guys to come in and be like, "What happened since last time?" I want to play it off stream. So I like playing Ark, like Survival Evolved, the one with the dinos. I like playing Apex Legends. It's like what the 4th most popular game right now, which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really went up there. 4th most popular stream, I think, though.
What are the top 3, real quick? If that's the 4th popular.
I think Among Us is still up there. I think Phasmo might be up there.
I feel like Among Us dropped off.
Did it? Okay.
I feel like it did. I mean, League of Legends is always going to be like a number 1.
Yeah, I can't remember there. But maybe. I mean, literally, all you got to go to the Twitch homepage, and I'm sure it'll be like, boom. Oh, Genshin, I think, is up there too.
Yeah, that's another one.
So I can't remember exactly. So there are those top 6, top 3s. I mean, but yeah, so it's getting really popular. What was like one point, like I saw like a Twitch thing. It was like, oh, Apex is number 4 streaming now. I'm like, whoa, it's insane. So other than that, I do like playing Zelda on my own time as well. I don't do it as much because you can't play that and progress without people being like, oh, what happened last time? One of my favorite things to do right now is crowd control. If you guys have done that or anything, where actual chat can interact with your stream. Like they can use channel points to play the game with, like do stuff to your character, things like that. So
that's fun.
Yeah,
that's really fun.
Oh, it's really, really fun. So yeah. What was the question?
It was just asking like some of your favorite games.
Yeah, Pokemon, Zelda, always going to be up there. Kingdom Hearts, is a favorite for like everybody because it's Disney and Final Fantasy combined. And then, Apex and Ark. Those are my favorites at the moment.
Do you have any like awesome stories from playing these games?
So, not from. Okay, so we played the crowd control the other day, and if Hurt Shadow Man is here, he killed me. He alone killed me probably half the times. Chat killed me 11 times in a game. Chat killed me 11 times. Yeah. 11 times. Wow. So it's coming back, but it was interesting.
Did you get annoyed? Like you're just kind of doing your thing, you're focused, and then.
So the worst was like when you fall in water. Okay.
Yeah.
So things don't activate when you're in water. When you're swimming, things do not activate. but when you come out of the water, everything activates that did not activate before.
Oh.
Frozen probably 5 to 6 times in a row and would keep losing health, and it would just be like every time, and then I would die. Yeah, hurt really put the hurt on my character, literally.
Wow.
Goodness.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
you're gonna have to try that stuff out, Nick. Do some crowd control.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I would love to see it on
if
Twitch.
I did something like I'd probably have to talk to you, Paradise, about that.
I think the Sims does it actually. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to check. But hey yo.
Yeah.
Imagine if chat can control your Sims characters.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just started doing The Sims the
Yeah.
past week, but I could just imagine it's like a thing where they just make your character all of a sudden just hungry or have to use the bathroom or something. But,
Have you trapped a character yet?
do what?
Have you trapped a character and made them go crazy yet?
I mean, I may have killed people off with trapping them in a room.
What?
Yeah, that's I mean, that's another story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I did a Sims challenge the other day. I didn't complete it because it was taking a while, but I mean that was fun. That was the asylum challenge, so I had a bunch of people just locked in a house. But my character actually had to leave the house to like get a job, otherwise there would be no way for me to actually complete the their life aspiration. So they had to get a job to advance. So yeah.
Your game
But
sounds like a horror game.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think at that point, whenever I did it, I took off family friendly as a tag, like for my stream, because I'm like, this is not family friendly.
No.
I love it.
And prior to that, you had a baby eating murder sandwiches off the basement floor.
Yeah. Freaking Jamar.
R.I.P. Jamar.
Oh.
Oh
What?
man, it would be really cool if they had like crowd control and you could do roommate situation where you control one character and then chat controls another character.
Ooh,
You
that would
just
be
clean
really
up after
cool.
the chat
That would
constantly.
be crazy. Chat would have their own character.
Yeah, they get a character, you get a character, and your
Yeah.
roommates. I'm just pitching ideas now.
Yeah.
You have to develop this.
I mean, the characters like if you have multiple characters anyway, some of the like characters, them doing their own thing is bad enough. I mean, real quick, I can talk about like my freaking character Dave, what he did. He was hungry. I wasn't controlling him at the time, but he goes over. I think I was just talking to chat. I hear the microwave in the game go off, and I'm like, "What is he doing?" And I click on the microwave, and I didn't see anything pop up to where like eat the food that's in there. And I was like, "Okay, maybe he didn't make any food." Then he turns around and opens the fridge, and he makes like eggs and toast or something like that. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. He's gonna, just make that, then he's gonna eat it. After he makes it, he sets it down, he goes to the fridge, and he gets a bowl of cereal. And I'm like, what are you doing?
He's gotta have a balanced breakfast.
Like, what are you doing? Like, you just I heard something in the microwave, which I don't know if it actually went off or not. Like, I could be going crazy. You make eggs and toast, and you put it down, then you get cereal. Like, did you just switch like what you wanted? And then it was like moments later, someone visited the house, they go over and open the microwave and they pull out the food. And I was like, I knew it. I knew he like cooked something in the microwave. Homeboy cooked made 3 different things, and I made him put the cereal up and just eat the eggs and toast that he actually originally made. Ugh.
That sounds hilarious.
It was a lot of fun. Well, is there anything else that you would love to share, with everyone?
Sure. A little intro. So streaming's hard. If you're new to streaming, if you're, I still consider myself a small streamer. I still consider myself somebody who has a lot of growing to do for sure. Personally and streaming wise. I just want to let you know, if you start streaming, I know a lot of people have started recently. It's becoming a bigger thing, I feel like, especially like our friend groups and things like that.
especially with a
Um,
pandemic, especially because I mean,
yeah,
people
yeah.
were sitting around the house not really doing anything. It's like, oh well, let's do this. So
Might as well do something,
yeah,
So I just want to let you know, like, streaming is very hard. It takes an extra energy that you don't realize it needs. It can be tough. It can be tough to get a following. It can be tough to um, keep up with everything. But I will let you know, do it for you. Do it for you. Um, it's really easy to get into the whole, oh, I only had 2 viewers. Oh, I only had this many viewers. I didn't have anybody talk today. Do it for you. Um,
yeah,
and because you're having a good time. I know there's a lot of people trying to do it full time out there, and that's awesome. Like, please do. Um, but a lot of the times, it has nothing to do with you as a person why people aren't there. It's literally just an exposure thing. Usually, I've seen the most awesome people have 1 or 2 people, and I've seen somebody with people with like awful setups, awful gameplay, raging, have thousands of viewers.
yeah,
People that I would never watch. Like I just can't take their vibe like at all. Like it's just such a negative vibe. I'm like I can't stay in here.
yeah,
Um, so don't take it personally if people don't show up. Most time it's people are busy. People have something to do.
hmm
They're checking out other people. Like don't be offended by that. It's hard, but just keep pushing through.
yeah.
You'll be successful. I'm
I mean,
sure you
I
will.
mean,
If you have the
we
time and effort, you will. Right?
we have lives outside of Twitch, so I mean, you can't think that everyone's just going to be there for you. I mean, and if you don't want to know the like how many viewers you have, like you can hide that.
I do
Like
that.
so I mean just go in there, do your thing, and I mean if you're worried about like the viewer count, just turn that off. So
I
um
turn it off. I feel like my I like change if I have 1 versus 15.
mhm, yeah.
So if I have 1, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I get kind of quiet. If I have 15, I'm overwhelmed. So I'm like, all right, let's just turn that off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so
Um and then there was another thing that like it just dawned on my mind whenever you were talking.
sure.
There was another streamer the other day that I've like helped out a little bit and stuff.
Mhm.
And in his Discord, it was like that day he played a game. Not really a lot of people were watching. I mean, I tuned in, but I was doing other things. I was just kind of lurking. But it was not
Mhm.
really a game that interests me at all. And
Mhm.
it didn't, from his vibe that he was kind of giving off, it didn't seem like it was one he was enjoying. And I think whenever he saw like the views and stuff that took to heart, and he went to his Discord and he was like, "Hey, what are some games that y'all would want me to like play?" And then
Yeah.
I just answered his question with a question of, "What are the games that you want to play?" And then
Right.
after that, he was like, "I didn't realize of how much I thought about this after you said that, but thank you so much. That meant a lot to me. Like that
Oh.
just changed my whole perspective." Because like
Mhm.
really, when it comes down to it, if you're on Twitch, don't worry about what are the popular games to play, like thinking that's what's going to give you views.
Mhm.
Worry about what the games you want to play that you're going to enjoy, because if you enjoy it, your viewers are going to enjoy it because they're going to
Mhm.
enjoy how you're like you're acting, like the vibe. But if you're just sitting at a game that you don't like and you're just
Mhm.
kind of like like just going through the motions, like no one's really going to come and watch. They're not going to enjoy themselves because you're not having fun.
I
So
know, like, I would never play Call of Duty, like, on stream, unless, it was, like, a viewer request or something, and that would only be one-time thing. I'm never gonna go in there and play that game. I wouldn't enjoy it, and,
mhm.
it might be one of the most popular games, but I don't wanna stream it.
Yeah,
So
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, when they click on your channel, like anybody's channel, they're looking for realness and for sincerity. And if they don't see that because you're not enjoying what you're doing, they're not going to stick around.
mhm.
right.
Yeah. So,
This reminds me when I played Phasmophobia. I did not wanna play that game. but because I got like a large donation in my stream one time, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna play this, and people could genuinely see I didn't want to play it, but it's a horror game at that point. No one wants to play a horror game if they're streaming it, right, Ace?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I play Until Dawn, I had fun with it, but not my thing.
Yeah.
Not my thing.
Not an everyday thing for sure.
Yeah.
And there's different community goals out there, and what people want to see, your chat wants to see, that's a goal that they set out, but you're enjoying it for them as well. Like, you can enjoy your community without enjoying a game.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be every stream. That should be a once in a month or once, whatever you want to set for a goal kind of thing. So it's different.
All right. Well, is that all that you would like to share?
Sure. Yeah. Sorry, I went on.
Okay. I mean, no, that's fine. I mean, we can. I can actually move on to some of the other stuff that we had that we didn't get to last week. So we're going to move on to our nostalgia game of the week. This is where we're going to spin a wheel and it has a list of games, and whatever it lands on, talk about. If you do have any suggestions for this, please go to the Discord and go to the nostalgia game section and just put some suggestions there. I'm not actually going to pull it up on stream because I don't have that ready. I'll spin it myself and I'll let you know. I'm sorry.
I'll verify that he tells you the correct game.
Okay, we got Ski.
I don't know this game.
What is Ski?
Ski. Okay, I put this one on here because I know it. Hold on, let me get that ready.
I was about to say, I really hope you know this one, Nick.
Okay, yeah, it's Ski. Okay, so I remember whenever I was younger, it was an old computer or whatever, like that my dad had. Like, so the computer games that would come on the computer, like the Space Cadet, like pinball, or the Minesweeper or Solitaire. There was also one that was called Ski that my dad would play. And it was a downhill ski thing where you would just, Lindsay has it pulled up over here. You're just playing like a simple character thing, and you're just going down a white mountain that's snow, and there will be some jumps in there, and you're just kind of like dodging trees and stuff, and then out of nowhere, an abominable snowman will just come out and then eat you.
Does it always end in being eaten?
I think so. Of all the times that I played, I always got ate.
Maybe you're
I think I remember that one.
That was in like school computers, right?
Probably. Unless your school computer was the colorful Macs that they had.
There were like
we only had those
trees, snowmen, and rocks.
Yes.
And then the abominable snowman would run across.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember this.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was trying to think of some games, and I was like, I would like, because there'll be times where I'm like, think of old games, and I'm like, I kind of want to play this. And it just made me think of it, so I added it to the list because it was one that I enjoyed. But I would never get to the bottom. Is there even an end to the game? Like, can you actually get down, like all the way to the bottom?
I think it was like try to do the best distance. I don't
the best distance. Okay.
I have no idea, but
I mean, I always had that thing come out like as soon as you see it, you're trying to like move and dodge him as quick as you can. But a lot of the times, like you're still he's gonna eat you.
Right.
Is Lindsay looking at
it? Is possible to escape the abominable or the Yeti.
Yeti.
Whatever it is. It is possible.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is like maybe when he's about to eat you, you just go up one of those ramps, the jumps, and then maybe that would delay him, but he's still going to come after you.
Or not hitting anything on the way down.
Yeah.
But I can't do that.
Yeah, that was... Sorry that it took y'all a while to figure out which game it was.
I think it was
that was good, like, memory unlock.
I think it's Skee Ball. I was like, there was a game with Skee Ball in it?
All right, but yeah, that was our nostalgia game of the week. So now we'll actually move on to our out of the box gaming news. Welcome to Out of the Box Gaming News with Lindsay Picard.
During its time as a free game on the Epic Game Store, Star Wars Battlefront 2 saw a massive influx of players of 19 million. According to tallies done by GameAwards.net, The Last of Us Part 2 has won 261 Game of the Year awards, beating out The Witcher 3's 260 awards. CD Projekt Red has begun releasing official modding support tools for the PC version of Cyberpunk 2077, with more to come in the future. Starting on February 2nd, PlayStation Plus subscribers can download Destruction All-Stars, Control Ultimate Edition, and Concrete Genie. New Tesla models will be outfitted with a 10 teraflop Tesla Arcade, a powerful gaming rig capable of running games like The Witcher 3. What? The man who brought the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog to life, Roger Craig Smith, retires from the character after 10 years. And while Crystal Dynamics hasn't announced a new Tomb Raider game yet, they are working on unifying the timelines of the original Lara Croft games with their more recent titles.
Yeah, so
Tesla? What are they
I saw that, I was like, I want to add that because that's kind of cool.
What are they doing?
Hey, is Tesla the self-driving? Is it like a self-driving car or no? Or is that not known yet?
Some of them self-drive, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So you
so
can tell while you're playing a video game.
yeah. So let's see, where was it?
The future. It's
okay,
so bright.
Really, I'll go through some of these kind of quick. So yeah, the Star Wars Battlefront 2 getting 19, I mean, of course it's going to happen whenever a game goes free, but the game's good now. It's sad that they actually stopped supporting it. Like, they said, yeah, we're going to stop supporting it. It was after that, I think they made it free, and I think they're just moving the workers to work on the next Battlefield or something. Let's see. I think whenever I found out about The Last of Us Part 2 winning all those awards, I think it's now the one that has the most, like, Game of the Year awards. Where, yeah,
That's disappointing.
This, I found it funny that CD Projekt Red has begun releasing official modding support for the game on the PC version of Cyberpunk. So what, they can't make the game good enough that they have to let other people do it?
Wow.
Savage.
They're like, we can't do anything.
Working on. They're rewarding the PC players for being cool. That's how I'm taking it.
Okay. Super excited to actually get to try out Destruction All-Stars and Control for PlayStation for this coming up. Sad to see that Roger Craig Smith is retiring from the voice of Sonic. If you don't know, he also did the voice of Batman from the Batman Arkham Origins. Not the other ones, but Arkham Origins. And then he also did the voice for Ezio from the Assassin's Creed series. And then I'm excited for more Tomb Raider. Very much excited. Because, yeah, Tomb Raider games are dope. And I want more.
I'm excited for unifying the timelines.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I'm excited for it. Whatever medium they use. If it's a game, if it's a movie, if it's a book, whatever. I'm excited. I'm here for it.
All right. But yeah, we are running out of time for today. Oh. So,
hope you guys have been thinking about that trivia question because it's time to give our answers. Lindsay?
Yeah. So my question was, what classic video game was named because the creator misunderstood a translation? Language.
Classic video game?
Yes, classic.
Okay.
That will be a hint. Hear it down.
Yeah. Not those.
I have a decent idea, so I'll go last.
Okay.
I know last week I went first with my janitor pick. I got that. I'm just trying to go through like different classic games. I don't think it's that one or that one that's going through my head. No. See, I don't know how classic I want to go. Do I want to go like old school arcade classic or more of the like console gaming that classic? That's where I'm having an issue. Paradise, do you have any idea?
The only thing I can think of, I could be completely off, is Donkey Kong. Is because why would it be called Donkey Kong? Like,
Yeah,
and
that's a good point.
I don't know. I've never donkey has never made sense to me. I could be completely wrong. I have no idea.
You know, that's a really good point. I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to think of like after you said it, I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know. From the beginning, I just thought of Final Fantasy. I don't know why, because I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand like the title for it.
Yeah.
So
Like, why is it final?
yeah.
To 15 now.
Yeah.
A lot of Final Fantasies, man.
Yeah. So I mean that's mine. I don't have like any reason. That was just the first thing that came to my mind when she said something earlier.
Well, Will, what about you?
I'm gonna say Pac-Man.
I thought of that one too, but then I was like, I'm not really sure. Because I didn't, like I said, I didn't know if I want to go arcade classic or, more of like the
purely
console.
on Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh.
Oh.
There you have it. Those are our answers.
Okay, you ready? So my answer is Donkey Kong. Because the creator thought that donkey meant stupid in English.
Wow.
The Kong part was probably something else, but the donkey part was because he thought it meant stupid in English. So
that's
crazy. No idea. I had absolutely no idea.
I mean, you had good reasoning. I mean, you had me convinced, but I didn't want to copy you, so I went with my original thought. So, dang.
Interesting. What is this Pac-Man theory? Hold on.
In Scott Pilgrim versus the World, there's this scene where Scott Pilgrim's trying to flirt with Ramona Flowers, and he comes up to her and he's like, "Hey, so Pac-Man was originally supposed to be called Pac-Man." And a lot of people there was a thing about Pac-Man being vandalized to say something else, and it was originally supposed to be a different word, but they changed it because they thought it would be too easy to vandalize. So it's supposed to be Puck-Man, but they thought you could easily turn the P into an F by marking it off, so they turned it into Pac-Man. That was like a theory, but I think it was like Paku Paku was what it came from, which was to eat. There's some Japanese word. There was a whole thing in the movie. So I thought Pac-Man because there was a mistranslation thing of whatever.
Yeah.
That was not correct. But Donkey Kong makes a lot of sense. That was a good one, my dude.
It was.
I thought like Mario, and then I went from there. I'm like, what? Just another Nintendo game. So.
All right. But yeah. We are going to wrap up this episode, but we want you to be able to contact us and check us out on other media platforms. But first, it is time for Pairofdice to tell us where you all can find him.
Well, right now I am just on Twitch. I plan on doing YouTube stuff in the future, hopefully. But right now, just on Twitch. You can also join the Discord as well. Whenever you come to my channel, you can just check it out there. I don't want to plug it in over here. Just if you want to come check me out, you can be part of our community. You can see more of my story, things like that. I hope to see you guys there. But Ace King is an awesome, and Lindsay. They are awesome streamers here. They awesome people in real life. Funny story, me and Nick Ace, we actually worked out together. He helped me get games in college. So yeah, me and him are pretty good friends. So seriously, thank you for having me here. Really.
Thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone go check him out on Twitch. And now, Will, would you like to tell everyone where they can find, the podcast, all that stuff?
Of course. We've got our YouTube channel, Out of the Box Gaming. All our great videos and interviews and random things are over there. So go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know whenever we post a new video over there. We've got our Discord linked there at our YouTube channel and anywhere you can find our link tree. We've got Instagram at OOTB_gaming, Twitter at GamingOOTB, TikTok is at OOTB Gaming. And be sure to check out our Patreon and all the wonderful perks in store for you there. And we'd like to give a huge shout out to our Collector's Edition Patreon, Cody Watkins, also known as Kitsune's Myth. He is one of the hosts of the Bearded Banter podcast, where they talk about anime that I talked about earlier. So definitely go check them out. I hit them up. They're a bunch of heckin' cool guys, and Cody's awesome as well.
You need to say something.
No.
Okay, I thought you did.
No.
All right, so if you want to find me, you can do that by going to YouTube, Twitch, or Instagram at Ace King King, and Twitter AceKingKing77.
Please leave a review on our podcast on whichever platform you found us. Hit that like, hit that notification bell. You know what to do. Thank you so much for listening, and please join us next week.
All right. This has been Out of the Box Gaming with Nick Picard, Will Kinsey, Lindsay, and our very special guest, Pairofdice. Thanks for playing along.